What's going on, guys? Over the last several months, I've heard a complaint from a lot of Surface Duo users that the Google Assistant was not working as expected for them. Certain tasks just were not able to be completed. Things like asking the assistant to make a phone call for you or to send an SMS text message, Google Assistant would basically tell you, sorry, I can't do that on your device. Well, I thought about this for a long time. It kind of stayed in the back of my mind because I could do these things. They worked fine on my Android devices. And a lot of you guys were Microsoft people who, were used to using Cortana on your Windows phone. So you come over to the Duo and you're like, man, this Google Assistant just ain't it. It can't do anything for me. I can't even make a phone call someone using the Google Assistant. Well, of course, something was going on there because Google Assistant, of course, can make phone calls and send text messages and do all of these sorts of things. It works just fine for me and for many others. Like I said, that was in the back of my head. I was thinking about this. Why is this happening to some Duo users? And then something popped into my head. As a YouTuber, I have access to a couple of things in the YouTube app that not everyone does. One of them is the ability to create one of those text posts that you might see in line with your videos. Maybe there's a photo in there as well. And the ability to do a YouTube short, which I'm sure you've seen popping up a little bit now. So if I jump over here to my Surface Duo's screen, you'll see Create Post. Why do I bring this up? Well, because that Create a Post feature does not work on tablets. If you are on a tablet, it will not be there. I discovered that first after messing with the DPI on my Surface Duo. So let's go into my settings. And I talked about this in a video months ago. If you go to About, and then you go to your build number, and you click on it a bunch of times, and now I have developer options under System, and then boom, there's developer options. And if you scroll down, you can change the smallest width here, okay? What does that do? Well, basically, it's going to change the way that the screen looks. And I'm going to set it to 600. And there's a reason I'm picking 600. You'll watch this reflow. And if I close YouTube out and then relaunch it, you will see that I now have a totally different interface. And you may be thinking to yourself, that's great. Look, you get more content on screen because what's happening now is Android is now telling the apps this is the DPI of the screen, which basically tells it that it's a tablet. So you get more stuff on screen. That's great. However, some things don't work in tablet mode. And that's where I first encountered this problem. And that's what made this pop back into my head. I'll never know, but this popped back into my head. And I thought to myself, I wonder if these people that can't make calls through Google Assistant have tweaked their DPI to get the tablet interface in apps. Let's change this back to 598, which if I'm remembering correctly is basically the furthest you can push things and still not get tablet mode. The reason you would do this is you may be able to tell here, basically things just get a little smaller so you fit more things on screen. Well, if I go back in here, hit the plus button, I get Create a Short, I get Create a Post, all of these things because it knows I'm a phone again. So I went to Twitter and I tweeted, Surface Duo users with issues using Google Assistant to make calls, have you adjusted your DPI to get tablet mode on apps? And I've at least got one answer of yes. And then after shifting it back to non-tablet level DPI, suddenly everything is now working for at least one user. Thank you, Jeremy. So this is only going to have affected a certain subset of you people with your Surface Duos, but maybe this will affect people with other phones. Maybe this is something that you're doing on other phones to get that tablet interface on like something like the big Note, Samsung Note, or maybe something like that. If you tweak your DPI and your Google Assistant is not working correctly, this is probably what's happening. So like I said, hopefully this is useful to someone. So thanks for watching. Until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.